So, welcome back to a new video. And I know it's been a while since I recorded the last one, but guess what? I personally didn't feel aligned with the topic that I planned to talk about. And so I decided to take a bit of time and reflect on if I want to go ahead and post it or if I actually want to talk about something else that I feel more aligned with. And I decided to take my time. So here I am now recording the new video because this week something came to mind and I'm like, this is exactly what I want to talk about. And it is attachment versus alignment. So I want to go more into why you can't let go and what alignment actually feels like. And if you haven't watched my last video where I speak about the truth of letting go, and this is something that not many people talk about, then I highly recommend going back to that video and watch that, because I speak about the pain that comes with letting go. So there are two pains that I'm speaking about in that video that most people don't really address. And with letting go, it's something where you start to be more aligned, but it also comes with a short-term pain, right? On the other side, if you decide to stay where you are, which feels comfortable, it comes more with a long-term pain that you are most likely not really conscious of. So if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend going back to that one and watch it. And then as a follow-up, you can watch this video where I speak about attachment versus alignment. Because what the majority of people think is love is actually attachment. So again, just a heads up, I am going to use relationships again as an example, because I feel like they are such a beautiful mirror to reflect back to you where you currently stand in life and what you are struggling with. You know, I used to think that I was in love or loving my partner truly. And yes, whilst this is true, what I wasn't aware of was that there was also attachment involved. So there's a big difference between loving your partner truly or loving your partner and being attached. There's a big difference because the one feels like truth, peace, freedom, respect, whilst the other one, attachment, keeps you stuck. And I really want to go into this more today because I want you to distinguish for yourself where you stand currently and just be honest with yourself and really open-minded and reflect back on your current relationship where you stand. So let's get into that. Attachment versus alignment. So attachment feels like anxiety, right? You feel anxious about certain situations, you spiral, you fear of losing him, you fear of not being in control, you need reassurance, you overthink a lot, and you keep holding on a specific outcome. Whilst alignment feels like calm, like you are aligned with your inner truth. It tells you that this path is right. You also gain a lot of clarity and you have self-trust. And additionally, you are also emotionally stable. And if I had to break it down and give you like a really, short summary of what attachment versus alignment is, then I would say that attachment often feels intense whilst alignment feels peaceful. So, and I want to tell you about my story and how I not only loved my partner, but I was also deeply attached. And how it showed was that I stayed longer because it felt familiar, but it didn't feel right, right? So if something feels familiar, you probably feel safe. And this is how I felt. I stayed because it felt familiar, because I felt safe. I would also ignore feeling misaligned. And oftentimes, what also would show is that I would feel anxious. So, if you are attached, there are different attachment styles, and you can read up about them. I'm not going to get into this now. This is a completely different um, time frame that would expand everything here now. But most of the times, I would say that women are oftentimes more anxiously attached. Men are oftentimes avoidantly attached. So if you are interested in this and you haven't heard of it, then I would suggest read up on that. But if you are anxiously attached and you have seen yourself feeling anxious in your relationship, then let me tell you, this is not love. And you could easily mix this up with love by your behavior. Like, for example, when he's out with his friends and you feel anxious, you could interpret it as, yeah, but you love him so much and you are worried that he will not stay truthful or he will do something that you wouldn't want him to do. And then you call it love. But trust me, this is not love. And equally, you could sabotage the relationship by testing his love, by provoking an argument, to check if he's still into you, to check how much he still loves you, right? This is not love. This is attachment. And if you recognize this for yourself, then you know that this is that you are not only experience love in your relationship, but also attachment. And if you recognize yourself in what I had experienced in the past, then know this: you are not staying because it feels right, but you are staying because it feels safer than the unknown. And you know, the unknown can look completely different to you than to someone else. But I want to speak about a few different things here that could come up for you. So, for example, you could fear of being alone, right? Or maybe you don't trust yourself. Or maybe you are also emotionally dependent on your partner. Or maybe it's also connected to your past experiences. And what I mean by that is try to think back. How did you grow up in your family environment with your parents or with your mom or your dad? Did they give you the love that you needed as a child? Did you get your emotional needs met when you were a child, or was it very inconsistent? And if it is the latter, and your mom or your dad didn't give you the love that you needed, and maybe just on a very inconsistent basis, then this is all you know. And so you are subconsciously seeking partners that are unable to give you the love that you require on a consistent basis. And if you meet someone that is securely attached and is able to give you the love that you require, then you would probably receive this as boring, and you automatically not attracted to that partner. So you always feel more attracted to a partner that isn't really giving you the love on a consistent basis. And it's almost like a drug. Think of it as a drug. It's like you get something, and when you don't get it, you feel like you need to chase it again. It's like this dopamine hit when you then get it again. And then for a couple of days, you feel good, and then you feel bad again. And it's very inconsistent. It's very draining. And let me tell you, this is not healthy. This is not the love that you should be experiencing, and this is truly connected to attachment. So I want you to know that attachment is driven by fear and control, and alignment is guided by truth and love. And what I want to say is that letting go or getting into alignment doesn't feel peaceful at first, but, and this is really important, it does feel true underneath the discomfort. So when you think about attachment, attachment oftentimes feels intense, urgent, anxious. You have these thoughts of you want to fix it right now, whilst alignment feels clear underneath your discomfort. And it's like a quiet knowing inside you. It's less urgent and you feel more grounded. So whilst attachment can feel familiar, alignment feels true. And as always, if any of this resonates with you, or you feel like, oh wow, actually I do feel attached, and please do not judge yourself. This is really important. Like, life is a journey, and it's like, I hope it's a learning curve. Like, once you are aware and you recognize yourself in this pattern, then I hope you feel inspired or motivated to improve yourself and learn from this and take steps what you can do in order to get out of attachment, or moving from anxious or avoidant attachment more towards secure attachment, so you can actually get to the other side of truly experiencing love. I mean, if anything resonated, then feel free, as always, send me a message. I am the last one to judge you. I've gone through this myself, so I truly understand. And again, I also want to emphasize, if you do find yourself experiencing love with attachment, then I would highly, highly recommend you to work on this in your current relationship, because either maybe your partner is also, or most likely your partner is attached as well, if you are attached, because like partners generally like to attract each other in that way. And if you are in a relationship right now where you experience attachment, then I would highly recommend you to work on yourself. You don't have to expect your partner to work on him or her, whoever is watching. But if you start to work on yourself, then most of the times the dynamic changes automatically, which is the beauty of it. And you could work together and get into alignment together. But it starts with you, not with the other person. This is really important to understand and to integrate. So if this is you, you have any questions, send me a message. If you want to share your experience, my door is always open, and I'm always happy to hear from you. And I hope this resonated and you feel like I understand you. And as I say, if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message either via email or via Instagram. And I will see what I will speak about next week. I'm not going to announce it now because maybe my mind will change again, depending on if it feels aligned or not. But yeah, it was, I think, an interesting topic this week. And yeah, I hope you have a great week, and I will see you soon.